In the intricate tapestry of humanity, certain individuals stand out like rare gems, their essence woven with threads of uniqueness and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius once mused, "The universe is changing. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Today, we unravel the enigmatic persona of Sigma females, exploring the threads that set them apart from the conventional fabric of womanhood. Join us on a journey of discovery as we unveil the 10 unique traits that define these remarkable individuals. Sigma females always do things their own way, and while they're often not noticed in the crowd, they leave a lasting impression. Sigma women have what it takes to get very rich, build a house they're proud of, or learn how to start their own business. Some Sigma women may not start to see the success of their dreams until they are 50 or older, whether it's in a relationship, a new job, or with a family. When some Sigma females turn 50, they start to think more seriously about where they want their life to go. Sigma women in their 30s are probably taking care of their kids as they grow up, getting used to a new job, or thinking about how they can leave their home or job. When Sigmas are in their 40s, they have to start over with their lives. Sigmas in their 60s and 70s tend to live their lives however they choose, putting more emphasis on their health and becoming less accepting of others. In contrast, those Sigma women in their 80s don't care what other people think and are likely to start new hobbies, focused only on their own happiness. That's great. This is what I think and feel. Let's get to a brief history of the Sigma females. What tips do they have for people who want to live a long time? Sigma females is a term that you might not hear very often, but it describes a unique and admired personality. You might be thinking what a Sigma female really is. To put it simply, Sigma females are shy, dependable, and independent. On the other hand, they are happy being alone, unlike their outgoing alpha peers. Yes, they are shy, but don't mistake that for being timid. They are strong in a quiet way. Their independence is what makes them unique. They are also great partners because they are loyal and won't cheat on you. One bad thing about Sigma women is that they don't always leave bad relationships when they should. On a more positive note, Sigma women try to be independent in every part of their lives and take care of themselves. But what sets them apart from other women? I'm going to help you find this out. Sigma women are changing what it means to be a woman in the world today. But wait until the end, because what I have to say next might surprise you. When I tell you how Sigma females deal with relationships, life, and personal growth, you'll see that they are highly independent. If you're a Sigma female, you already know this to be true. Sigma women are different in how they deal with equality, and they might act aggressively when they are stressed, or if they have to speak in front of a group of people they haven't planned for. But Sigma women aren't perfect by any means. They have flaws, but they also have their own rules and way of thinking, and they're not afraid to go their own way, even if it means going against the crowd. They will never be weak, and making them look bad in public is the worst thing that can happen. You will learn about a side of Sigma women that you didn't know about. Sigma ladies are really different from other breeds. From my point of view, how do I think the Sigma woman is different from other women? Trait number 1, being able to rely on yourself. Some people may just agree with your statement. Self-reliance. This is one of the most important traits of a Sigma female. They're not the type to lay back and wait for other people to make way. They don't use anyone else's tools. They make their own way. The women in Sigma have a natural trust in their own skills and abilities. They would rather depend on themselves than on other people. But this doesn't mean they don't want any help at all. They like to work together, but they also know they can handle things on their own when the going gets tough. This sense of independence shows up in every part of their life, from their work to their personal relationships. Their freedom and strength of character are shown by this. Also, it shows how strong they are, their ability to keep going even after things go wrong. Number 2. Being introverted. Don't think this is shyness or being socially weird, though. Not at all. Being quiet just means that Sigma females are at ease when they're by themselves. They feel better when they are alone and often choose it over the noise and chaos of social situations. But this doesn't mean they never talk to other people. They pick and choose when to interact with others and when to go into their own place. Being able to relax and enjoy their own company helps them stay true to themselves and think about things. The way they see life is different, and this makes it easier for them to get around in the world on their own terms. This means that while some people might see Sigma ladies' introversion as a weakness, it's actually a strength that helps them navigate life. Sigma women say that being shy is a skill, not a weakness. Number 3. Being independent. Sigma ladies are always seen as independent. They like being on their own, so they often go their own way and take the path less taken. They don't look for acceptance or validation from other people, and they don't base their lives on what other people think is right or wrong. Not being stubborn or rebellious, but being in charge of their own lives, making their own choices and being okay with the results, no matter what they are. They love being independent and find strength and happiness in doing things on their own. Sometimes they should ask for help, but they choose to go it alone instead. This is also sometimes their fault. They don't mind being alone and often like it that way. They are whole and happy on their own, so they don't need someone else to make them feel complete. Number 4. Nonconformists. What does that mean? This implies that they don't just follow what other people think and expect. They don't do things just because everyone else is doing them. They don't follow the crowd. Instead, they make their own rules and follow their own routes. In a world where everyone is going in the same way, there's one person, the Sigma female, who walks confidently on her own. It's not about rebelling just to rebel. It's about being real. Even though there are pressures on them to fit in, they stay true to who they are. They don't give up their beliefs or ideals to make other people happy. They're not afraid to be different or stand out. That's what makes them unique. Their refusal to follow the rules is a real breath of fresh air. Number 5. Observant. Sigma females are more aware than most people, so they can see things that other people typically miss. They can read between the lines and understand what is being said, but not said. They are always taking in new knowledge, thinking about it, and finding links that other people might miss. The way they see things is like they have an internal antenna that is always on and picking up on details and processing them. As soon as they walk into a room, they can tell how people are feeling. When they meet someone, they can tell how they're feeling without hearing a word. Being alert helps them solve problems well because they can see the big picture and understand the small ones. They see trends and can guess what will happen based on these patterns. They seem to have a sixth sense. Their ability to notice things is truly a special trait. Number 6. Self-improvement. Sigma women see their lives as a never-ending path where they can learn and grow, with every day being a chance to improve themselves. They are always wanting to learn more. Sigma ladies are always looking for new things to do, like learning a new language, a new skill, or just by reading a good book. They know that every event, good or bad, is a chance to grow and learn. You can also count on them to take on obstacles. Instead, they welcome them because they know that getting out of their comfort zones is important for growth. They constantly look over their actions and choices, not because they doubt themselves, but because they want to get better. They are always ready to make the necessary changes and aren't afraid to say when they're wrong. Number 7. Mysterious. Sigma women are mysterious, and the people around them are drawn to their veil of mystery. Delta women don't let everyone into their lives. They choose to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves. They don't do this because they're shy or private, but because they value their own peace and privacy. Others are often left thinking, trying to figure out what a Sigma female is all about. They're like a puzzle, complex and detailed, making you want to look into them more. They don't give off an air of aloofness. Instead, they have a quiet charm that makes people want to know more. Still, it seems like there's always more to learn about a Sigma female. No matter how much you know about them, their mysterious nature is really interesting. Number 8. Self-sufficient. Now, what does that really mean? They are able to handle anything on their own. They don't depend on other people to make choices or solve their problems. They are smart, strong, and very independent. A Sigma woman does more than just stay alive. She lives. She does well in places where other plants would die, like a cactus in the desert. She doesn't need a partner or a group of people to feel complete. She is her own best friend, her own rock, and her own fans. Sigma women know that they are the only ones who can make themselves happy. They don't wait for someone to fix things for them. They step up, take charge, and do it themselves. What gives them an edge is that they can take care of themselves, which is an excellent trait. Sigma women are in charge of their own lives. They pick their own road and make their own way. Their independence really gives them power. Number 9. Unpredictable. This trait doesn't mean that Sigma women are insecure or erratic. It means that they have a unique mix of flexibility and spontaneity that makes them so interesting. They are the ones who might decide on the spot to learn a new language, play an instrument, or go on a trip by themselves. They're the ones who can surprise you with how much they know about a subject you didn't even know they were interested in, or how good they are at a hobby you had no idea they had. They are hard to predict because they are always interested in new things and don't like following the rules. They make their own rules for living and are always learning, discovering, and changing. For that reason, they don't follow the crowd and make their own way. Being around them is fun and exciting. This lack of reliability is not just a way for them to be different. It's a real part of their complex personality. Number 10. Lone soldiers. You may already know this, but it's still important to know if you live with a Sigma female. They need to have their own place right away. In the huge battleground of life, they stand tall and brave, not afraid to face problems on their own. Sigma women have a strong desire to make their own way, even if it means going by themselves. This isn't because they don't want to be with other people. It's because they truly believe they can handle the ups and downs of life on their own. In fact, the fact that they are traveling alone often makes them stronger. They learn to trust their gut, get better at what they do, and become more resilient. They don't have to be lone troops. They choose to be that way. They find comfort in being alone and strength in being free. These women are the best examples of being independent. They love the freedom and duty that come with being independent.